Many of you might be familiar with the sensation of pulling your shoulder blades together, but less familiar with the sensation of pulling them apart, okay? So there's two motions, two basic motions around the shoulder blades. There's more than two, but for our purposes, we're going to talk about two. There's a retraction, which happens in the rhomboids, which are muscles in between the shoulder blades. They run each side of the spine to each shoulder blade, contract. And what that looks like when my arms are extended like this is that they come together and my arms and my hands move backwards. Now there are other muscles that run from the front of the scapula, the shoulder blades, around to the rib cage. They're called serratus anterior, and they do the opposite from a retracted position. When I contract serratus anterior, my arms move forward like this. So I can move a good 6 inches back and forth without bending my elbow. And that's all because of the muscles that retract or protract the shoulder blades. So what I want to do is I want to give you an exercise that you can do to practice protracting the shoulder blades. Because when we do things like push-ups on the ground, believe it or not, the top end of the push-up, to complete the push-up, we really should be doing a shoulder blade protraction, pulling them apart as far as we can. Some of us might not be able to do push-ups yet. It's still important that we work those muscles. So here's the position I want you to be in. Bend your knees, okay, so that your feet are flat on the ground, your back's nice and flat. And from here, you're just going to do what I did when I was standing up. You're going to pull your shoulder blades apart. You're going to reach for the ceiling. Point your fingers towards the ceiling and try and touch the ceiling without lifting your body off the mat. Your body or your head stay, and your head stay on the mat, okay? Come back down, pull them apart and reach up. Come back down, a good 4 inches of range of motion here, okay? The temptation at the end of the motion is going to be to want to lift up off the ground. Don't do that, okay? This isn't a crunch. This is working serratus anterior, okay? To pull your shoulder blades apart. All right, it's very important when we're pushing or pulling to have the proper rhythm in the arms. So generally when we're pulling, the shoulder blade retracts first, then the shoulder moves, then the elbow moves, and then when I'm moving in the opposite direction, the elbow moves first, the shoulder second, and the shoulder blade third, okay? But we need to train the shoulder blades to move properly because they're 1/3 of that whole process, okay? So there it is. Lying down, a scapular protraction. Reach for the ceiling, okay? Reach, but keep your back and your head flat on the mat.